Greetings. Welcome back to a brand new video on the Mk4 Golf 2.8 V6. So it's a bit of a nightmare today. What we're going to be getting on with is we're going to be swapping out the clutch master cylinder. So the issue that I've had, well, there's not actually been any issues with it. It's not like the pedal's going down and staying down, but when we were previously cleaning the car out, I did actually notice when I was actually editing and I looked back, there was like a trickle of clutch fluid, brake fluid, running down in the footwell on the driver's side just below the clutch pedal. So closer investigation turns out that it is the clutch master cylinder and it is leaking. So that's what we're going to do today. Now we're trying to access down here, and it's an absolute nightmare trying to get in there. I have filmed a few little clips and I'll show you closer detail of what I'm trying to get to, but I'm just practicing to see if I can actually do it all up properly afterwards as well, because I've got all this air con pipe and everything else in the way, so there's not a lot of room in there at all. And then under here, let's put the light on for you, the torch. So you can see that wet line where it's been running down. And I wondered why the carpet was a little bit damp and there was a slight bit of condensation in here. So you can see I've already removed that white plastic clip. It was actually easier to remove the plastic clip now than it is afterwards. So I removed that white plastic clip. It was actually really easy. I just squeezed it both sides, put a screwdriver in one side. I used one of my little sharp pointy things in the other. I pushed the pedal down and then I held the rod where it was, and then as I lifted the pedal back up, it just released itself from the clip. So nice and easy. And then at the bottom right here, where are we, just there, I had to remove this thing, which is like your clutch stop, and that just turns. You just rotate it, twist it, and it will come straight out. And now I've got these two 13mm bolts, undo them, and then I'm going to pull it in through this way. So in the end, I've actually had to remove the whole clutch assembly. So you can see that's the brake line there, the clutch line. I disconnected that one because it was easier to get to that one that was down there, rather than trying to get to this one on the side. So I can swap that over in a minute. Yeah, 3 bolts, one from the top, got a long bar on there, 2 down there. Now I've just got to work out how this comes out. So I was just looking at the new one, which is in the packet. And by the looks of it, I've got to take the spring out to release this. And I think the spring comes off by pushing this up. I think I want to do it with 2 hands, just in case the spring decides to bugger off. So I've got it all apart. I have noticed that someone's done the repair on it, that clutch pedal, because they always break. So I'll put that plastic clip back on again and put it all back in. So that is in there, literally a couple of minutes with that spring. I see everyone saying that it's an absolute nightmare getting that spring in. They can't do it. I've seen people using cable ties, and I don't know, it's really easy. You just put that end in first from the top here, put that end in, and with the pedal extended, I just pushed it down. It is a bit of a tight fit, but as you push it down, it just locks in. Easy. So yeah, I haven't connected this yet. I'm not going to connect this until we've got it back in and it's all plumbed up, which is the next job. Oh, it did come with a new O-ring, so I'll put a new O-ring on there. So that will go on there. And then I can push it in through from the other side. Right, so I've got the clutch master cylinder, that's all plumbed in now, everything's all connected. I'm just making sure to keep the brake and clutch fluid topped up, because now we need to bleed the clutch system, which I believe is this nipple just down here. Getting to it might be fun. I think the battery tray may have to come out so I can get access, because there's no room to get into it. So I finally bled the clutch up, all sorted out, everything's all back in together again, apart from a few of the brake vacuum pipes, because I'm replacing one of them and this one needs to be repaired. So on the very end you can see it's seen better days. So the plan is just to chop it here and then heat it up, push it over, so cut it off, heat it up, push it on, so it should sit like that, and then just reattach that into there, and that bit will go onto there, like that. Well, that's all I'm going to do is I'm just going to heat this end up and then push it over here, making sure that you connect it up to the right way, because this is a one-way valve. It does say on there direction of travel that way. Obviously the intake is going to be drawing in the vacuum, so yeah, let's just heat this up. It's just starting to split straight away, that's no good, is it? No, it's going to need a new pipe. Oh yeah, that clearly doesn't work doing that. So that's a fail. It's not really a problem because I do have some more of this hose. So I'm just going to have to disconnect it from here and then replace the whole section. The back pipe that goes from here, that bit there that runs around, seems to be okay. Right, well I've got that vacuum line in, so I've taken it off from that plastic clip there. It's tube lead on, it goes along onto the one-way valve and then down into that 90 just here. So they are all just push fits, and I've used that's 12mm thick wall flexible pipe, which is oil water resistant, so it should be fine as an airline and it shouldn't collapse under vacuum. So that is it, the clutch, the vacuum line, just got to put the battery back in, and that is it, job done. Although I have noticed whilst looking around, I don't know what the crack is with this, but this pipe that runs from here to here, whatever this, I don't know what these units are for, but this pipe's all completely cracked. So I'm going to have to do a replacement on that as well. It looks quite thin, maybe 8mm hose, I'm not sure. I'll have to get the old vernier calipers out to measure them. But yeah, that bit's going to need replacing. I did notice there's a pipe under here. This one here, this braided, black and white braided one, that's looking really bad as well. So that one's going to need to be replaced as well. I guess that'll be for another day. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it. Hope it was helpful. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you all on the next one. Take care, stay safe, and God bless.